Come to this picture. Here two persons A and B are traveling along different paths. This is the target place. So on seeing this picture, we can easily say that B comes first, then A, because here A travels more distance than B. That's why at the end of the race B comes first, then A. Okay, clear? So in the same way, in the case of multimode step index optical fiber, if you see the same picture, so in this multi-mode, that means more than one path is available, that mode is called multi-mode. Step index means the core refractive index is constant and there is a step change when the light is traveling from core to cladding. So this is known as step index. So multi-mode step index optical fiber. So compare it to single mode, we can send information more than one pulse at a time. More than one pulse at a time. Here we are sending two pulses at a time, like A and B. So in this figure, as A and B are two persons, here also two pulses just like A and B. Clear? Compare these two. Compare these two. Okay? So here first we take ray 1. Ray 1 which is in red color. So the ray 1 is incident with an angle 1 and it suffers total internal reflection and the output comes like this. In the same time we are incidenting second pulse also, that is ray 2. Ray 2 is also incident with an angle 2 and it is also takes total internal reflection and the output comes like this. So by clear observation we can easily say that two rays never comes at a time, because the ray 1 which is incident with greater angle, it suffers more number of total internal reflection. The ray which is incident with lesser angle, it suffers less number of reflections. So compare this diagram. AB, here A is traveling more distance, that's why it comes late. B traveling less distance, that's why B comes first. In the same way, here ray 1 suffers more number of reflections. So that's why ray 1 travels more time inside the fiber. So that's why it comes late. Ray 2 suffers less number of reflections. That means it travels little distance and it comes short time. So that's why it comes fast. So that means both rays are not coming at a time. That means overlapping of signals takes place because there exists path difference between the two signals. There is a difference in path, ray 1 and ray 2. So that's why due to the path difference there is overlapping of signals takes place. That means widening or flattening of information takes place. That means output doesn't matches with the input. That means there exists intermodal dispersion. So we can't retrieve information from the output signal clearly 100%. So that's why there exists intermodal dispersion. Come to the key points. So ray 1 makes greater angle. Ray 1 makes greater angle with the fiber axis. So it suffers more reflections through the fiber and takes place more time to travel. Ray 2 makes less angle with the axis. Already we told ray 2 makes less angle with the fiber axis. So it suffers less reflection. Within a short time it comes out. So we receive ray 2 first and later ray 1. So there exists path difference between the ray 1 and ray 2. If there exists path difference, due to the path difference, overlapping of signals takes place. The signal distortion is known as intermodal dispersion. So it is difficult to retrieve the information carried by the distorted output signal. So why distortion takes place? There is a overlapping. Why overlapping takes place? There exists path difference. Why there exists path difference? So ray 1 travels much time than ray 2. So that's why the intermodal dispersion takes place. So in the distorted signal we can't retrieve the total information. So and again these are the reflective type. Here reflections takes place. So that's why these are reflective type. Next one more parameter which is very important parameter, that is V number. So V number means the number of possible modes in the core is given by V number. The total number of possible modes in the core is given by V number. So generally, so if you know the numerical aperture and radius of the fiber, we can easily say that how many number of modes are possible in the fiber. So for example, if the radius of core is 60 micrometers and the numerical aperture is 0.45 of a light of wavelength 10 micrometers, then how many modes are possible for optical fiber? So by knowing these values, we can easily estimate how many modes are possible. That's why we can easily send the input signals in that way. So using the formula V equals to 2 pi by lambda into A into NA. NA is the numerical aperture, A is the radius of the core, lambda is the wavelength of the light. So for example, if you take 60 micrometers radius of the core, numerical aperture is 0.45, for light 10 micrometers. So then the number of paths available equals to 9. So 9 paths are available for that optical fiber which maintain these parameters. So we can send more information than single mode. So that is the importance of V number. For single mode optical fiber, the V number is calculated by V square by 2. So these are the number of paths or modes available for step index. So once we know the V number, we can calculate the number of modes for step index using V square by 2 formula. Thank you.